Alright, I'm going to cook some pasta today with a bacon cream white wine sauce. So it'll cook in the length of time it takes to cook the pasta. Any kind of pasta will work with this. And I've mentioned my thoughts on pasta before. Not interested in oil. Boil in the water first. Al dente, not interested in any of that. Just stick it on, and when it's soft it's done. So I've got a couple of slices of bacon, white wine. Actually chives, I was going to do some onion actually, but I won't, I'll do chives instead. Didn't got much going on. I'll put some frozen peas and I'll put some frozen peas, I've got another garlic. Some peppers in it. No, I won't bother. I'll put some frozen peas and corn in it as well. So there's nothing much to this at all. Go fairly small with the bacon. And leave the there's not much fat on this, but leave the fat on, so that'll crisp up nicely. I haven't turned that on yet. It's, if anything, I think this will be ready before the pasta. I have an immersion heater tank, and it's just through the hallway, it's just there, it's just a few metres away, but it takes 3.5 litres of water to pull through before it gets hot, which is a wee bit annoying. You're not supposed to do that actually, because what you've done there is there's raw meat in there. By doing that, you've transferred raw meat onto the bottom of the sink. You were getting technical about it, but it doesn't matter. Still not warm yet. So just by the time you finish cleaning up, it's warm. That's it warm now. I like my immersion heater, but that's a slight drawback with it. It's that lead time. I don't know anything about white wine. Somebody bought me this actually, so yeah, I had no say in that. It's perfectly nice. Strong stuff though. Is it 13.5%? I think, yeah, 13.5%. One glass of that, and I can't really function after it. Mentioned before, just a plastic container, just some holes in it, hook that over, and it makes a really handy bin. You could you could fry some onions in this as well, but I've got chives there, so I'm going to use them instead. You rub your fingers in the water's too hot. If you scrunch your fingers in the steel of the knife, luckily these ones have got steel handles, so it's nice and safe. But just run your fingers in the steel, takes the majority of the smelly garlic off your fingers. These chives are not going to last much longer, so it's a bit much. I'm just going to shove them all in without the elastic band. But they're quite a delicate flavour obviously, so it's not going to be too strong. So I just, once that boils at the number 6, I just turn it down to number 4. I'm really into frozen vegetables at the moment. I've got peas. Peas are good in this. Smoked bacon with peas is good. It's quite a lot actually. Sweet corn. Really good. Cheap as well, you know, relatively cheap, cheaper than tinned, and I think they're cheap. Don't quote me on that. They're cheaper than fresh anyway. Once you open the tin you have to use it, whereas that you can just take as much as you need. Got some broad beans as well, not so keen on these. They're a bit dry. Probably won't buy them again. They've still got the shells on them. Probably what you'd ideally want to do is blanch them, then take the shells off and then put them, but that's too much faffing. So I'll start this frying just now. Just going to use a touch of vegetable oil and a wee bit of olive oil. I would just use normal olive oil, but all I've got is this extra virgin stuff, so I'll use my non-stick pan for this and see how that works. So we're just going to fry that up and then chuck in the garlic and some of the chives maybe, and then actually could I put this in with the, so that sauce is not going to cook for very long actually. I'll actually dump this in with the pasta. As I put peas in it, I need the colander. As usual, cleaning up as you go along. To end up with a plate of food in a clean kitchen. I keep meaning to say that a bit more often, but I always forget. I'm leaving my blender out because every morning I'm having a smoothie for my breakfast now. Just the same as the video I did on it. Milk, sometimes fruit juice, banana, and frozen fruit. I've got a whole load of frozen fruit in there for my smoothies. Raspberries, mango, pineapple, blueberries. Oh, look at that. I will have that sticky toffee pudding in the freezer from that video. And I think I've got some, yeah, I've got some other berries here as well. All that stuff into the smoothie. Banana, milk or fruit juice. I've got this combination of milk and this juice in the smoothie is really good. And then ginger and turmeric and oats as well. I put a wee scoop of oats in, and that makes a really nice breakfast. So this is now touching this raw bacon. So and I'm going to use this throughout the whole process of cooking this. So what I'll do is just stick it into the boiling water of the pasta, and that means you don't have to wash it. Take that sticky toffee pudding out because I knew I'm going to have some of this cream left, so I'll have that for my pudding tomorrow. No hurry with this, you want to get it nice and crispy. No, don't burn it, but really render that fat out. Just getting onto one layer so everything is touching the hot pan. I've got some frozen spinach as well, but nah, I won't bother. I could put that in as well. Should have emptied my bin, but got a red thing in there. Some good colour into that now. Just turn it down, so just control it. Turn that off. Nice and soft and floppy. Put some parmesan in this as well, kind of like a sort of carbonara that doesn't have egg, but I haven't got any. Oh man, jeez, the edge of my knife there. So you just don't want to let that garlic burn, it'll burn very quickly. Put some of these chives in just now. A wee touch of pepper in, so a wee touch of salt and a good pinch of pepper. Reduce that wine down a bit, and then chuck the cream in. Salty. Probably reduce it a bit more, but I think I'm just going to dump the cream in now. That my sticky toffee pudding. Going to let that bubble for a few seconds. It's a wee bit too much chives, but a bit too many chives, but it's alright. It makes up for the lack of onions that you fry at the beginning. Turn that off now. Yeah, it's really good. Put that in. Just going to coat everything. The best pan for tossing, but you can toss it as well. I'll do it with my left hand. kind of. And if you just give everything a quick rinse just now, it's all nice and easy to clean. Just gently using the screen scour is a bit worn out, so it's quite soft, so it's okay to use it on the non-stick pan. Just being gentle. Don't want to shorten its life. Again, things like this, if you leave these wee bits of peas and things will stick to it and then they'll be welded on by the time if you come back to it later. Whereas if you just give it a clean now, it's very quick. Finish that. Okay, so that's you there, so that's bacon. You could be frying onions with that bacon, but instead I put a load of chives in. Bacon, onion, cream, white wine, veggies, garlic, and a nice wee bowl of pasta. And it's done. Put the plate into the sink by accident. Really good. The only thing is I probably wouldn't bother with the broad beans. I'm not going to bother buying them again. With the wee jackets on them, they're not very good. I think broad beans that you've removed from the shells are good, but with the shell on them, they're kind of tough and dry and not very good. But apart from that, really, really good.